Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be spending some time on the TESSEC NSG438 ESD simulator. We're going to begin the video by talking briefly about the models in the system. Then we'll go ahead and we'll move to the different accessories that are included. And then finally, we'll spend some time modifying testing criteria from the display. The TESSEC NSG438 ESD simulator provides testing capabilities to 30 kV for both air and contact discharge testing, while allowing for networks to be easily switched out. During today's video, we're going to be using a TESSEC NSG438A Auto. There's a few different models that are available. Let's go ahead now and let's take a look at the user manual, which walks through a little bit more about each individual model. All right, now we're looking at pages 55 and 56 in the user manual, and you can see we have 4 different models shown. You can see we have the NSG438 at the top. Next to that, we have the NSG438 Auto. And then finally, on the next page, we have the NSG438A. And then all the way at the bottom, the NSG438A Auto. There are a variety of subtle differences in the model, which are described in more detail on the page. However, the largest differences are the Auto and the A versions. The Auto versions include 3 additional networks designed for compliance to ISO 10605, as well as other automotive ESD requirements. These are included in addition to the standard 150 picofarad, 330 ohm network designed for IEC 61000-4-2. The A versions, as with the NSG438A, includes a switchable and programmable 1 megaohm bleed-off function. This is particularly useful for ungrounded equipment or device under test. We'll walk through this feature in more detail when we take a look at the display. Let's go ahead now and let's open the case and take a look at how it arrives when you purchase the simulator. All right, here we have the TESSEC NSG438 in the case that it arrives in. If you're renting the simulator from us, it will likely arrive in a Pelican case as opposed to this hard-sided case. Let's go ahead now and let's walk through some of the included accessories. Starting from the left, we have our base station, which has a built-in battery. Working our way right, starting from the bottom, we have a series of networks. You will notice that we have 4. As we mentioned previously, we're looking at the TESSEC NSG438A Auto for today's video, which includes 3 additional networks. Just above that, we have the simulator cradle or holder, and then above that, we have our 2 interlock adapters. Right next to the base station, we have a white box which has the power cord for charging the base station, and then to the right of that we have our rounded air discharge tip. Looking on the right, we have our ESD simulator with the contact discharge tip attached. Finally, all the way in the middle towards the top, we have the 25mm discharge ball. One final thing, all the documentation is secured in the top section of the case, which we'll show on the screen right now. Let's go ahead now and let's take a look at the display. Here we have the starting menu of the TESSEC NSG438. Starting on the left side in the series of boxes, we have polarity, voltage, and repetition. And then below that, we have the counter. And then on the right, we have the resistance and capacitance of the network that's installed in the simulator. In the lower right-hand corner, you will see a green circle indicating that the system is ready. Along the right, we have a series of icons in the vertical red section. At the top, we have the trigger or pulse release behavior. Below that, charge removal and discharge tip. And then finally, all the way at the bottom, we have settings. Keep in mind, when you're navigating through the menus and adjusting the different testing criteria, the trigger acts as a back button. Let's go ahead now and let's take a look at the repetition menu. Here's the repetition menu. we have a series of different criteria on the right, and then on the left we have a drop-down menu just below the title. If we click that drop-down menu, we can see we have options for period, frequency, and 2 random options. We're going to go ahead and we're going to select frequency. Most of the time the frequency is used, and you can see we have that displayed now. Let's go ahead and let's keep it selected on single. For additional information on the repetition menu, you can go ahead and check out page 33 of the user manual. Let's go ahead and let's go back to the main menu by clicking the trigger. Now let's open up the counter menu by selecting the second icon down on the left. You can see we currently have the counter set as counting up. You can change that to either count up or down. Let's change that now, and let's change it to count down. And let's go ahead and keep it at 10. Now when the discharge is applied, the simulator will count down 1 lower until it reaches 0, then it will start again at the set amount, 10 for today's video. One of the features that this simulator offers to expedite testing is alternating polarity, which is only active when the counting down has been selected. Let's go ahead and let's enable that by selecting polarity in the upper left corner. And then let's go down to the third option right there, alternate. Excellent. Let's go ahead now and let's focus on that right side in the red box. Let's click the top option for pulse release behavior. There we have 4 options. The first, press to start, press to stop. The second, press to start, release to stop. The third, single when pressed. And the fourth, single upon release. The final testing capability we wanted to spend some time on is the charge removal feature indicated with the A on the NSG438 models. To access the associated menu, go ahead and click the second icon down in the vertical red section. As we mentioned previously, this allows for the removal of charge with a 1 megaohm bleed-off functionality. This is typically used for equipment or devices that are not connected to ground and eliminates the need for additional devices to remove the built-up charge. Here's where you can set the timing of T1, T2, and T3. The user manual on page 34 provides additional information and a few helpful graphics, which you can reference if you need additional information. Let's go ahead and let's change the T3 value to 1 second. And then let's go ahead and let's hit OK. Alright, now looking at our main menu, you can see the second icon down now has a little green indicator next to it, just letting you know that function has been activated. Alright, that should complete the video today on the TESSEC NSG438. We began the video by going over a little about the simulator and the different models. Then we moved to the accessories that are included. And then finally, we spent some time on the different testing features and changing testing criteria using the display. We hope this video has been useful, and please keep us in mind if you ever need to rent or buy the TESSEC NSG438.